nights, truths on the run. Buried secrets were the ones who dig them up for fun. Headstones in the graveyard where stories reside. We bring back headlines, no place to hide. Try to cover it, but we'll find the trace. Shadows and whispers, no escape from this place. Headstones and headlines, where the truth collides. We'll expose the lies. There's no red light. From the dirt to the brick, we'll make it clear. True crime uncovered, it's why we're here. The headline tells a tale of deceit. From the grave to the page, the truth remains. Cold cases, long leads, nothing gets by. We turn the stones, leave no questions why. You can run, but we're hard on the trail. Every secret's revealed, no matter how stale. Headstones and headlines, where the truth collides. We'll expose the lies. There's no red hide. From the dirt to the brick, we'll make it clear. True crime uncovered, it's why we're here. In the dark of the night, we bring it to light. Every crime, every lie, every fight. No stone left unturned, no truth left unsaid. We write the headlines from the graves of the dead. Headstones and headlines, where the truth collides. We'll expose the lies. There's no red hide. From the dirt to the brick, we'll make it clear. True crime uncovered, it's why we're here. Headstones and headlines, where the stories remain. We dig 'em up, we feel their pain. The truth is out, the case is closed, but our search for justice never slows.
Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. I had to think for a minute. Is it Wednesday? Yes, it is, which means there are 7 class days left of school before state exams. I thought it was going to go slow, but it's actually going pretty fast. So almost time for spring break. Almost. We have 3 weeks. 3 weeks until spring break. Good Lord. Summer break. No, you cannot turn the invisible off. And the one thing I couldn't, it was for a day. So just pretend that the poll is, would you rather fly for a day or be invisible for a day? So it's just a day. Hey, Cheese, how's it going? Ninja, good to see. Oh, Ninja was here early when I scheduled it. Lunatic, thanks for being here. I know this story is so sad. And I'm not going to cover a whole lot on the story because I had seen it the other day and I had just shared the missing poster because the 3 sisters had been reported missing after not being returned to their mom after a scheduled visit with their dad. And sadly, they were all found deceased, and their father is not in custody at the moment, and law enforcement doesn't know if he's alive or dead, but they are urging him to turn himself in. So I do have one news clip and then the press conference. I'm also going to share the GoFundMe that was set up for the mom. And then I have a couple of other stories. Law enforcement released a new image of Grant Harden, who is the murderer and RR that escaped from an Arkansas prison. He still has not been apprehended. It is now going, actually, I think this is 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks. And then I have a couple of other stories that are animal related to end the show, including apparently a zebra escaped its owners and was on the loose running around Tennessee. I would have loved to see it, first of all. And the zebra has not yet been captured. So the zebra is eluding being brought back to where he belongs. So we'll end on a good note, as always. I try to end on good stories. Hey, Apothecary, good to see you. Sinner, thanks for being here. It is trash day, and I have to remember to bring my trash out because it's finally not raining. So I need to bring out my recycle because I've been told you can't recycle cardboard that gets wet, like saturated. So I don't put my recycle out because when it's raining. But it was 87 degrees when I left work today. 87. It's hot. It is hot. Oh my gosh, you have to take a 4-wheeler down your driveway? Oh my goodness. That's a long driveway. Hey, Scottish Bluebell, thanks for being here. Cocoa Puff, I hope everything is well down where you're at. Gigi, good to see you. All right, so we're going to get started. I do have my disclaimer, viewer discretion advised. This story, as I had said, is absolutely heartbreaking, and I cannot fathom what the mom must be experiencing right now. I can only imagine she is in crisis, and I hope that she does have family, friends, the community around her to support her, because I just can't imagine. Can't imagine. So what am I doing here? Let me add this. Whoops. All right. So this is Washington State. As of now, the father has not been apprehended, nor has he turned himself in. Personally, my gut feeling is that he is no longer alive, but I do not know that as a fact. That's just a gut feeling that I have.
This morning, the search continues for the man accused of kidnapping and murdering his 3 young daughters.
The 3 girls, just 5, 8, and 9, were found dead in Chelan County. And the Wenatchee County Sheriff said that they don't know if the father, the man named Travis Decker, is alive or dead. So until they learn that, he is considered at large and dangerous. Fox 13's Nia Wong is live in Wenatchee, tracking the latest on this investigation. Nia.
Good morning. It's here at the Chelan County Courthouse where investigators gave their last update on the case, urging 32-year-old Travis Decker to turn himself in. Right now, they don't know where he is, but they're hoping someone out there has seen him. Here's a look. This is the latest photo of Travis Decker, the father accused of killing his own daughters, Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia. All 3 sisters were on a planned visit with Decker as their parents are separated, but the girls were never brought back to their mother. That was on Friday. Police were contacted late that night, and State Patrol eventually issued an endangered missing persons alert on Saturday. But on Monday, Decker's vehicle was located near the Rock Island campground, and the girls' bodies were found. Decker.
So the 30th was on, Friday. So then they were supposed to get home, didn't arrive home. So mom called law enforcement. And it was interesting to me that they issued the endangered missing person alert instead of an Amber Alert. But I'm sure they had their reasons why. I just feel like an Amber Alert would have maybe reached further. I'm not sure. Hey, Judy, how are you? Oh, yes, I have my AC on too. Sure do. And just a side note, I don't know about anybody else's pets, but whenever it's hot like this, they always want to sit on you. Today, one of my cat, Patty, I'm like, Patty, you do understand that it's 90 degrees outside. It's too hot to be snuggling right now. Gotcha. Actually, no, let me Google that. Let's see, Amber Alert versus endangered missing person alert. Okay, so it says an Amber Alert is specifically for the abduction of a child under 18 who is believed to be in imminent danger of serious bodily harm or death. An endangered missing persons, on the other hand, is a broader alert that can be issued for any missing person of any age who is believed to be in danger, including children, older adults, and adults with disabilities. So, and then they go into the Amber Alert. Abducted children under 18. The child must be abducted, and law enforcement must believe the child is in imminent danger. It is distributed statewide, often through the emergency alert system. And, okay, so endangered missing alert, the person must be missing under unexplained, involuntary, or suspicious circumstances and believed to be in danger due to age, health, disability, etc. It can be distributed regional or statewide depending on the circumstances and location of the missing person. So that is according to Google.
Was long gone. And it's important to note he has a history of military training, and in recent weeks, red flags have been raised about his mental health. It's currently not known if he has fled the Wenatchee area or if he remains near the site where the girls were found. The sheriff is warning they want people to avoid the Icicle Gorge area. This includes the Enchantments and the French Creek. These are large, popular hiking areas, but out of an abundance of caution, the sheriff is pleading with the public to stay out.
It's a popular area that we like to recreate in as well. We don't close it down or encourage people not to go there lightly, but for the best interest of the public, we'd encourage them find other places to recreate until we can ensure that that area is safe.
And I feel like there are people who, just like with the young girl who was abducted here in upstate New York, you know, you have those people who want to go and just, I guess, gawk or see it for themselves. And I hope that, you know, people heed the warning and stay away.
For now, here's what you can do to help. Share this photo of Travis Decker and keep an eye out for him. Decker is described as 5'8", weighing 190 pounds. He has black hair and brown eyes.
Mr. Decker is currently alive, but we are taking it that he is still out there. And again, we will not rest until we've located him, whether he's alive or he's dead. We want to make sure that he's brought back.
All right, so keep an eye out for him, but investigators urge you, don't approach him. Once again, he has extensive military training. They don't know if he's armed right now. Decker is considered a dangerous fugitive. If you see him, call 911. For now, live in Wenatchee, Nia Wong, Fox 13 News.
One big question that everyone is still asking, why was an endangered missing person alert put out instead of an Amber Alert when the girls first disappeared? State Patrol says it's because the case failed one key criteria for an Amber Alert, which is the abducted child is believed to be in danger or imminent death or serious bodily injury. While there was a lot of concern about the girls, there was no indication that Decker had made threats to their well-being. When Fox 13 talked to the girl's mother on Monday, she told us that he had never done anything like this before, calling it unexpected. And coming up in our next half hour, our coverage of the investigation continues. We have details on a vigil held to honor the three little girls.
So there's our answer. They didn't believe that the girls were in imminent danger. But I think at the same time, since their dad hadn't done anything like this before, and there were apparently red flags that gave indication of his mental health or mental health struggles, I guess, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, they were wrong. They were wrong, unfortunately. Oh, Judy said, where did Judy? Ooh, Judy, 88 in Cleveland with a feeling of 91. Yeah, the humidity is it's awful. We have a pond, like off from where I work. So it was nice out. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go outside for a little bit. So we went outside and they have these little tadpoles. They release tadpoles in this pond every spring. So these little tadpoles, oh my gosh, they're so freaking cute. So we were outside for a while, and even that was like at 10 o'clock, I think. It was so warm out. It had to have been at least 70, 75 already. So we didn't last very long outside, but it was nice to be not in the classroom for a little bit. Lunatic, I guess that's a good point too. Multiple times YouTubers have found suspects' remains after police clear the area so that I'd let people search. Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with, you know, after some time, but I feel like now, not knowing what his mental state could be, I feel like personally I wouldn't go look. Oklahoma heat index is 67, but it feels like 207. Or did you mean 107? I know, Judy, that poor mother can't imagine what she's going through to lose 3 children at once and in this manner. Yep. All right. So the next thing we have is the press conference from yesterday. All right. And it's about 19 minutes. So I am going to mute. I'm going to let it just play through and I will chat with y'all in chat.
First tonight, we are staying on top of breaking news. Right now, we are moments away from getting an update from investigators after 3 young girls, sisters, were found dead in central Washington.
Multiple agencies are searching tonight for their father charged in their murders.
Looking live right now from Wenatchee, we're going to bring you that news conference live once it begins. Looks like we're just moments away. Again, this is in Wenatchee, where investigators are going to bring us up to speed on exactly what they know about what's happening there. Let's listen in.
And it sounds like they are maybe getting ready to begin that news conference. And let's go ahead and listen in.
Police Department. This is Sheriff Morrison, obviously, with the Chelan County. And I'm going to start out the press release and talk about how we got to where we did just a couple of days ago, or just yesterday. So I'll start off and give you a timeline of the involvement of Wenatchee Police Department in this case. On May 30th, at about 9:35 p.m., Wenatchee police officer Corporal Gonzalez responded to a call of a civil complaint. In responding to that call, he interviewed Whitney, the mother of the 3 young girls. There was no reported history of problems with the parenting plan. There were reported concerns of Travis being homeless and financially stressed recently. Whitney was clear that during the exchanges that had occurred in the past, that Travis was very communicative with her in any deviations from the parenting plan. Corporal Gonzalez, after speaking with Whitney, was able to identify Decker's vehicle through a local database called Spillman. He took the vehicle information and was able to enter it into Flock, which is a system of cameras that are located within the city and also in Chelan County. Flock located the vehicle, the white GMC Sierra, traveling northbound across the Wenatchee River Bridge. This was shortly after Decker had picked up the children for the visitation. After this information was obtained, and in addition to information that had been received by Whitney that Travis frequented local hotels and often local campgrounds as well, all local hotels and campgrounds in East Wenatchee and Wenatchee were checked by patrol officers from those jurisdictions, and Decker was not located. Park rangers were also contacted at Confluence Park and made aware of the situation. An attempt to locate was then sent out by Corporal Gonzalez to all regional agencies containing Decker's information along with the vehicle information. After that, Corporal Gonzalez made contact with Washington State Patrol and consulted their unit for an Amber Alert. The information at the time did not meet the threshold for an Amber Alert. On May 31st, Corporal Gonzalez contacted Sergeant Eaton at about 7 a.m. and advised him of the situation. After that conversation had occurred, Detective Brian Hewitt with the Wenatchee Police Department and Detective Sergeant Joe Eaton discussed the incident as well, and Detective Hewitt responded that day to continue the investigation. The family was contacted and additional information was obtained. He learned Travis and the daughters did not arrive at a planned 5K running event that morning, which was out of the ordinary to Whitney. Travis had had a recent history of attending and being present for all the daughters' events and programs. And, at that point, Detective Hewitt started to reach out to some of his contacts at the state and federal levels as well. He enlisted the assistance of the FBI, and with assistance from the FBI, phone location data was obtained for Thursday through Friday, plotting locations in and around Leavenworth. Detective Hewitt then, with that information, went to Leavenworth and started focusing on the areas of Chumstick and Icicle Road, and did not have any success in locating Travis or his vehicle or the girls. Throughout that day, Detective Hewitt had multiple contacts again with WSP, or Washington State Patrol, and continued to provide updates and request an Amber Alert, which still the information that he provided and had obtained did not meet the threshold for the Amber Alert to be activated. However, an endangered and missing person alert, an EMPA, was activated by the Washington State Patrol at approximately 4:00 p.m. I want to explain a little bit that the endangered and missing person alert does generate a flyer that goes out to all the contacts through that State Patrol missing and endangered person unit. So that goes statewide. As well, the information for the alert is posted on the reader boards that I'm sure everybody's familiar with on the state highways around Washington, and those were activated here locally on the major ingress and egress highways such as Highway 2 and I-90. Also, on May 31st, Detective Hewitt had developed and communicated probable cause for custodial interference first degree, 3 counts of custodial interference first degree, and began assembling the paperwork to obtain those warrants. The following day, on June 1st, Detective Hewitt conducted additional follow-up and completed his initial report and request for the arrest warrants for custodial interference, which were granted and later entered into the system. The following day, which was Monday, the WPD Detective Unit met to devise a plan for the day on follow-up and submitting necessary paperwork for the warrant to ensure that had all gone through. WSP was contacted again, referenced the Amber Alert, yet we still didn't meet the criteria. The EMPA was deemed to be the best fitting alert, and one of the things that I want to share with everybody about that EMPA, because it is a, I'll say, level below or degree below the Amber Alert, it actually comes with an expiration time. And we were able to work with WSP because we did actually reach our expiration for that alert, and it, by policy, was supposed to have been pulled down. But through good communication, good cooperation, and the relationship that we've built with Washington State Patrol over a long period of time, they agreed to leave that up. And we also enlisted the cooperation of the Department of Transportation as well, who has some input and does actually help WSP run those reader boards as well. So we were able to get that cooperation, and so I want to emphasize that WSP was very good to work with, as was DOT, and we had that information up and available to the public for as long as possible, extending past what the policy said it should have been up there for. Also on Monday, CCSO detectives were contacted and assisted. We communicated with them and developed a plan for CCSO detectives to check the areas of Chumstick and Icicle Road as well. Myself, Sergeant Eaton, and Detective Hewitt, shortly after coordinating with CCSO units, contacted the family and requested a meeting at the Wenatchee Police Department with the family and family representatives at approximately 10 a.m. The primary intent of the meeting was to provide an update to the family and answer any questions that they had about the ongoing investigation. The meeting was very positive and focused on maintaining good communication flowing back and forth both directions to maximize the exchange of information. At about 3:47 p.m., a CCSO deputy located the vehicle up the Icicle near the Rock Island campground. Sergeant Eaton and Detective Hewitt immediately responded to there to assist, and I remained at WPD to continue communication with the family and to coordinate additional law enforcement assistance from down here in the valley should it be needed. Upon arrival at the camp, upon arrival up there, the WPD units that responded connected with CCSO deputies that had responded to the scene as well. And from there, they began their ground search of the immediate area around the vehicle. The initial information that we were provided following the locating of the vehicle was that the vehicle was unoccupied, and shortly thereafter we were advised that the bodies of the 3 young girls had been located in relatively close proximity to that vehicle, and Travis was nowhere to be found. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Sheriff Morrison and allow him to continue the press conference.
Thank you, Captain. Evening. I'm Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison. I appreciate all you being here. I really want to make sure that I point out that it's moments like these where we see our community coming together, paying respects to those young individuals that lost their lives. I want to pay respects to Peyton, Evelyn, Olivia. Your memory will never be forgotten, and we will not stop pursuing justice for you until those that were accountable for this are found. So I do appreciate everyone being here. To follow up, because I know the Captain Chance has already touched on a lot of the topics that we've already discussed, I want to give thanks to the Wenatchee Police Department, Chief Reinfeld, Captain Miller, Captain Chance, Sergeant Eaton with the Detectives Unit that provided Chelan County Sheriff's Office with the information we needed to properly assist them. For those you don't know, Chelan County is a large area. We have 2,900 plus square miles. When you're talking about trying to find individuals in a geographically diverse terrain, it's difficult. But by them doing their investigation follow through over the weekend, we're able to pinpoint it in the areas of Chumstick Highway, Icicle, Tumwater Canyon. I know that many of you here from the area recognize that's still a pretty large area, but we're fortunate to have partnerships with the U.S. Forest Service that funds some of our deputies, specifically U.S. Forest Service deputies that are contracted with us. Our Forest Service deputy was able to go up the Icicle. We're about 18 miles up for those of you who have not been up there. And that deputy was able to locate the vehicle of the suspect. We did back off to make sure we were in compliance with Washington state law when it comes to de-escalation, controlling pace. We called additional units. I know that many members of the community were concerned, asking why we were having deputies, police officers from East Wenatchee, Douglas County, Wenatchee PD, responding at a high rate of speed. This was an important situation for us. We took it as a high priority. Once we had additional units on scene, we did secure the vehicle, determined that we were able to bring in additional resources, which was our East Cascade SWAT team that did an additional search of the surrounding area of the campsite in question until we determined that a perimeter had been established and that it was safe enough for additional detectives and the Washington State Patrol's crime lab to come in and assist us as we process that scene. As Captain Chance already mentioned, that was prompted when we did find the bodies of the deceased. Again, our condolences and our heartfelt sympathy goes out to the Decker family. We know they're struggling, but I want them to know they're not struggling alone. We suffer as a community. It has hit many of us hard. Going on 20 years, I don't think I've had a situation that has really almost prompted tears to come up. We feel for the family, and we see as everyone else is out here, they're not suffering alone. There's a lot of people here supporting them. We were able to do an extensive processing of the scene throughout the night while we maintained perimeter security. Once that was secured, the vehicle was taken back for an additional search warrant. We brought in additional units that come in and assist us. That'd be our federal partners from U.S. Border Patrol, Homeland Security Investigations, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Marshal's Office. They did an extensive search today, in addition to the Air National Guard, bringing in aviation supplies to come in, fly over there. We had drones in the air. We've been conducting a search since early this morning up until later on this afternoon. That, unfortunately, has not allowed us to locate the suspect yet, but we are not done searching. As we speak, the Marshal's Office, the FBI, they're processing leads, they're conducting follow-up, and we will not rest until Travis is located. Travis, if you're listening, this is your opportunity to turn yourself in. Do the right thing, do what you need to do, and take accountability for your actions. We're not going to go away, we're not going to rest, and we're going to make sure we find you. You will be brought to justice. Those young ladies deserve it. We will take additional questions later on, but the Sheriff's Office, the Wenatchee Police Department, East Wenatchee, Douglas County, and all of our federal partners are going to continue to work with one another to ensure that justice is served. Thank you. We are unsure if Mr. Decker is currently alive, but we are taking it that he is still out there. And again, we will not rest until we've located him, whether he's alive or he's dead. We want to make sure that he's brought back.
And for the public that's keeping an eye out for him, is there anything in his records that would suggest that he is violent?
Not at this time, but based off the allegations that are being made against him, we do consider him to be a threat towards the community. We also ask the community to stay out of the Icicle Gorge area for the time being until we can secure that area and ensure that he is not there. That is a big area. We're talking about the enchantments, we're talking about French Creek, going up on those spur trails. It's a popular area that we like to recreate in as well. We don't close it down or encourage people not to go there lightly, but for the best interest of the public, we'd encourage them find other places to recreate until we can ensure that that area is safe. Can you come a little bit closer, ma'am? Thank you.
Would you mind providing a little bit additional details about the scene where the girls were found?
Within reason, but I'm not going to go into a lot of details in regards to the scene because our investigative unit has requested that a lot of that information remain private until we can ensure that the information we are sharing is not going to compromise the investigation. Again, we don't want to rush. We don't want to take any chances that we would give him any opportunity to be able to beat this later on in court.
Is there a belief that he could be outside of this area you guys are searching right now, or is there a strong belief this is the area?
Nope. We have no leads that are showing specifically where he's at. So as we're taking it, he could be anywhere within the nation. And that's why we have our federal partners on scene helping us bring in additional resources that a medium-sized agency like Chelan County would not be able to provide. Again, this is the importance of having those partnerships with federal government and larger agencies, especially Washington State Patrol. We cannot do this without their assistance, and we're thankful for that.
Do you have any reason to believe Mr. Decker might have found a second vehicle to travel in?
That could be a possibility. Nothing's off the table. We're going to continue to actively pursue him, and we understand that he could be anywhere, and we're taking that into consideration. Thanks to the U.S. Marshal's Office that have come in and brought additional resources. Again, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, Homeland Security Investigations. We are searching anywhere and everywhere for him.
Sheriff, thanks for taking our questions.
News. Have you had any contact with Mr. Decker's family members?
We have. We've been in continuous contact. I know that Captain Chance and Captain Miller have been in regular communications with them. I spoke with them yesterday and today and assured them that anything they needed from our local resources, they were available.
So they're cooperating?
They're absolutely cooperating. They have been very supportive of our efforts, and we've reminded them we could not do this. We could not conduct our investigation and have a better understanding of Travis without their assistance. And again, we're very appreciative of what they've done so far.
Is the Icicle Road still physically barricaded? Is there a point where the people cannot travel further?
Our barricade will be lifted later on today. Again, we have continued to expand our search further and further down Icicle. Last I heard, we were around milepost 4. Again, we're encouraging people, do not go there. Even if our roadblock is lifted, we are not saying that the area is safe. Until we locate him, we're determining nothing's off the table.
Mr. Decker had a dog with him at certain points. Do you know if the dog was present at that campsite at any point?
We do know the dog was present and that our units, when they arrived on scene, did locate the dog.
Has there been any use of canines in the search?
I would check with our captain, but I am not sure if a dog's been used.
Has there been any other evidence found, phone or anything like that?
There has been other evidence found. We really appreciate Washington State Patrol and their crime lab team for coming in, doing such a thorough search. Our investigative units with detectives, Wenatchee PD, Chelan County Sheriff's Office. Again, we did not hustle this. We went through, we were methodical with it, and we made sure to cover every single thing possible because we recognize the weight of this situation.
Sheriff, a question from our newsroom right now. Do you know if any of Mr. Decker's family members are missing? His dad, perhaps?
We've been in communication with several members of Mr. Decker's family. We know that they've also been willing to cooperate with us. I believe his dad's flying in to talk with us and work with us a little bit further. We appreciate their cooperation as well.
So his dad is not missing?
At this time, I'm not aware of his father being missing or any other members of his family missing. Again, that's just based off the information I currently have. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We know that our coroner's office, that'd be the Chelan County's coroner's office, is going through that process and will continue to do their portion of the investigation as well. I won't speak on that half.
Have the girls been brought physically home?
They are still being cared for by the Chelan County coroner's office.
Was there any sign of any other vehicles in the area?
At this time, we have not gotten an update for what additional information has been obtained today. We just know the investigation is ongoing. We'll conclude it at that. Appreciate it. We will have another press conference tomorrow. I believe that's going to be at 1800 hours. Again, we appreciate everyone being out here showing support for the family. I can tell you they do appreciate all of you being here. We spoke with them. This is the kind of support you like to see from our county. It really represents what Chelan County is all about. And again, the family thanks you for that. And any information that you have that could assist us with the investigation, please continue to bring that information in. We do have the FBI, in addition to members of the Wenatchee Police Department, Chelan County Sheriff's Office that is working leads, following up on them actively, and we have analysts going through data online as well. We are taking this serious, and we'll continue to do what we can to assist. Thank you.
All right. So one thing, as they were talking, one thing I thought was, wow, they've really, oops, what did I do? They've really did everything they could to find these little girls. Like, just, going through the timeline and everything they did, and even the mom didn't think that these girls were in danger. Hey Troll, how are you? Zero, thanks for being here. Chopper, that I don't know. I don't know if Washington the state is the one that has that. So I did find an updated article, and the reason I had said to Grain had asked if they knew how the girls passed. I wanted to make sure I gave a trigger warning. Nothing, I mean, this whole thing is graphic, but nothing exceptionally graphic, or but it, just like Lunatic said, it makes you wonder, where did the blood on the truck come from? Where did the blood come from? It had to have come from Dad. Or, I mean, I don't think anyone else was there, but it didn't come from the girls. So, missing Wenatchee girls' likely cause of death revealed in court documents. 3 young girls allegedly murdered by their father in Washington appear to have died from asphyxiation, according to a preliminary report filed with the Chelan County Superior Court. Authorities in Chelan County are actively searching for Travis Decker, who is wanted for 3 counts of first-degree murder and first-degree kidnapping. Decker is accused of killing his 3 daughters, 5-year-old Olivia, 8-year-old Evelyn, and 9-year-old Peyton, during a planned visit on Friday, May 30th. The girls were located on Monday, days after being reported missing. Their bodies were found at the Rock Island campground located off Icicle Road in Leavenworth. Decker's vehicle was nearby with 2 bloody handprints and had personal items such as blankets, food, car seats, and a wallet on the center console. The camp showed signs of recent activity, with a tent and cooler located a short distance away. A preliminary examination suggests the likely cause of death was asphyxiation. The Chelan County coroner positively identified each of the victims. Decker's cell phone activity shows he drove to and left the same campground a day prior to the kidnapping. Interviews with the girl's mother also revealed a possible decline in Decker's mental health leading up to the alleged kidnapping and murders. Decker is a former military member with extensive training and is known to stay at motels or local campgrounds after losing housing. Decker and his ex-wife have been divorced for several years and had a parenting plan in place for their 3 children. He was allowed to see them during specific hours every other weekend in the Wenatchee Valley. According to court documents, Decker's ex-wife claimed he was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, which she believes he does not take medications for. Under the parenting plan, Decker was supposed to seek mental health treatments and anger management counseling, though he had apparently not been following the plan and refused to sign it. Decker was reportedly quieter than usual when picking up the kids for visitation on Friday, which was out of character for him. He had also allegedly been talking about getting rid of his dog due to housing and financial struggles. Decker's cell phone went straight to voicemail when called during the scheduled return of the girls. Police say they are still unable to contact Decker. Anyone who believes they may have seen Decker since Friday, May 30th, or knows his current whereabouts is asked to call 911 immediately. Due to safety concerns, the public is advised not to attempt to contact or approach Decker. And that was it. I know, Nanny, they were beautiful. And I am going to share their GoFundMe as well. I just want to check chat. Chopper says, it makes me think if he had a mental breakdown or something like this, or me, if he was like, I don't know, maybe he had like a mood disorder or something, and he was doing maybe. Yeah, I agree. I mean, possibly, but I mean, if he had lost his housing, so he was homeless. So maybe he had gone to the campground and left the campground because he was staying there the day before. They didn't really say too much about how long that I heard how long he had been at the campground the day before. I bet that be lead the world in filicide. It's just I don't even get it. So this is the GoFundMe. I will put the link in chat. It is also in the description of this video. So if you are watching on the replay, #replay, Nanny, it just said, the article had just said several years. So I would assume more than 3. And there had never been an issue before with him not following the parenting plan. And so when they initially had said there had been red flags, that he was struggling, I thought they meant like, not the day that he picked the girls up. I thought they were saying like, prior to that he was out of sorts. But I don't know. Like Chopper said, I feel like I need more info. So hopefully they either find him or he turns himself in, one or the other. So this is the GoFundMe. So there is Whitney and the 3 girls. Actually, let me refresh this because let's see. Okay, they met their goal. $513,058 have been raised. And it actually jumped the goal now to $610,000. So it says, this fundraiser is to support Whitney Decker with expenses and legal costs following the tragic loss of her 3 daughters, Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia. On May 30th, the girls were reported missing after a scheduled visitation with their father. We are heartbroken to share that the girls have since passed. Their light touched so many, and the pain of this loss is immeasurable. I've known Whitney for years. We're both dance moms and theater friends. We originally met through Short Shakespeareans, where I serve as the music director and had the privilege of teaching Whitney's girls over the past few years. We've spent this year as dance moms together, with my daughter Maisie and Whitney's daughter Evelyn both performing on the Fabulous Feet Dance Rock Stars team. Funds raised will go directly to Whitney to help cover final expenses, support time off from work, and give her space to heal without financial pressure. In light of the overwhelming response, I want to clarify that this is the only official GoFundMe fundraiser approved by Whitney and created with her full knowledge and consent. So that tells me that there are other people out there who are setting up GoFundMes or other fundraisers. It's gross. All donations made here will go directly to Whitney to support her needs during this time. There is no set goal. Anything you are able to contribute is deeply appreciated. Please respect Whitney's privacy at this time. She is not open to media contact, and future updates from her or the family will be shared here. To follow the latest confirmed news, please visit this local affiliate story, Fox 13 Seattle, What We Know About the Decker Girls. Thank you for keeping Whitney and her girls in your hearts. So let me... Okay, so that just leads me back to... It's a different article, but it's the same news station that I had just read from. And then, yeah, vultures trying to get money. Yeah, exactly. It's so disgusting. Look at them. Sweet babies. So sweet. Let me just head over to chat quickly. Chopper says, I have a feel. Chopper, some of them already have. I saw a notification earlier today and I said, here we go. Here we go. I have a feeling conspiracy theorists going to be jumping on this case and they're going to be trying to make money off it. Yep, already are. Already are. It's awful. Oh, not at all, lunatic. I know it sounds silly or fake or whatever, but this truly causes such a real and lasting pain in my heart. I mean, same with, Chad Dorman and his 3 little boys. I mean, I don't get how anybody can hurt anybody else. Regardless of how you feel about them, I could never hurt anyone like this. That's true, Chopper. So Chad wanted to hurt his wife. So this, I mean, Ocean Tide says, I wonder if he didn't try to. That's what I was thinking with the bloody handprint. Like maybe he, I don't know. It's just very weird. Because let me go back to, because there were 2 bloody handprints and I'm not sure. I'm assuming they were, but where on the truck? It doesn't say. Were they on the door? Were they on the side of the thing? Like, what's happening? Did he try to hurt himself and he became disoriented and he's somewhere in that area? I mean, they've been searching and searching and searching and nothing yet. Let me see if I missed any other ones. So Chopper, he saw them on weekends. I mean, it could be maybe he felt like despair and I mean, we don't know. Only he can answer that. And, that's why I hope that he's still alive and that he says why he did what he did. Because if he's not alive, the family will never know. And that's pain in itself. Lunatic. So Chad Dorman was out west somewhere, I think. Was it Idaho? Chad Dorman. Oh, it was Ohio. So Chad Dorman and one of the oldest got away and got help. Let's see. And I believe he pled guilty. Okay, so here's let's just read this and then we'll kind of change gears. So Chad Dorman, this was back in 2024. Father serving prison time for killing 3 sons. The Clermont County man who killed his 3 sons is now in prison in court, according to online records. The Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Correction lists Chad Dorman, 33, as being an inmate at the Correctional Reception Center. Dorman arrived on August 6th. Dorman killed his 3 sons at their home in Monroe Township, Clermont County, in June 2023. Last week, Dorman pleaded guilty to the following: 3 counts of aggravated murder, 2 counts of felonious assault. Aside from his felonious assault sentence, he was sentenced by a Claremont County judge to 3 life sentences. He will not be eligible for parole. So that is Chad Dorman. Hey, sweet misery, how are you? Oh, lunatic, and this is why my brain, like, if I think of something, I start doing something and then I think of something else and then I just keep looking for stuff. Like, if you saw how many tabs I have open, that's how my brain works. There's way too many tabs and hopefully my computer can handle it. So before we change over to an update on Grant Harden, his name escaped me for a minute, Grant Harden, who is the inmate who escaped an Arkansas prison, Grain sent me a picture of a kitty, an outside kitty, that she takes care of. And so she sent this picture, and it was kind of hard to see him at first. So she sent me a few pictures, but I thought this one was the cutest because you could see his face. This little baby, so cute. And I'm so glad that there's others like me who take care of the kitties outside. I have not seen the mommy cat in some time. I have not seen any kittens either. However, there is a gray one of the kittens, the mommy's kittens from the last litter. I believe the gray one had babies as well, and they are under my neighbor's shed. Because I was watching my cameras yesterday, and she was acting very weird. Like, she was running around my driveway when they were running the weed whacker. So I think she might have babies under the shed, but I don't know that for a fact. Oh, thanks, Angel of Light. I just saw you gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much. So Angel gifted herself. Congratulations, Angel. Lunatic, Dusty Garbage Girl, Little Red Riding Sleuth, that's a cool name, and Tennessee Road all received one. So if you are here, please thank Angel, and if you aren't here, welcome to the Stoners. I agree, Chopper. It takes a special person to do something like this, for sure. Yeah. I didn't follow the Adam Montgomery case very close, but just the details of it were enough. Yeah, and Chad Dorman, I mean, with Chad Dorman, he still had the rifle in his hand sitting on his steps when law enforcement arrived. And he said exactly what he did. And I mean, just, and the worst thing about that is one of the little boys got away, but Chad went and got him. I mean, he's sick person. And I'm glad that he is in jail for the rest of his life. That one I did do a video on Chad Dorman, but I didn't cover it because it's too much. Let me just scoot through chat. Okay, Nanny, there's no update on Arkansas couple who fed kid. Oh yeah, and I want to look into that one. So let me just write that down again. Girl fed Pop-Tart. There's so many stories I want to talk about. That's another reason why I can't wait for summer break. It does look like a tuxedo kitty. He's so cute. So cute. All right, so let's move over to actually another article. So this is Grant Harden, who escaped from an Arkansas prison about 2 weeks ago. He is serving 80 years for killing a man in broad daylight. And also, when he was arrested for the killing, he was also discovered to have essayed an elementary school teacher years prior. The thing with Mr. Harden is that he has a long history in law enforcement. So he knows a lot of people in law enforcement, and he knows what it's like to be law enforcement. So I'm hoping that they find him. We'll see. There was also a Netflix documentary / movie about him called Devil in the Ozarks. So that's why he is being referred to as that. So authorities reveal possible new look for Devil in the Ozarks escapee. It has been, and when was this article? June 3rd. Okay, so it's been 11 days, almost 2 weeks. It has been nearly 10 days since the convict depicted in an HBO. Okay, I lied. It was HBO, not Netflix. My bad. Documentary as Devil in the Ozarks escaped from an Arkansas prison long enough for his appearance to possibly change. On Tuesday, the Arkansas Department of Corrections distributed a photo illustration of Grant Harden, 56, with a short beard and a mustache. And I will say, when I first saw this, his new wanted poster, which I did share on my community page, he does not look like the same person. And Sinner and I were talking earlier about it, and Sinner said, why didn't they release a photo of him on a camera that was in the prison? He had to have been on surveillance at some point so that you wouldn't be able to see what he looked like, instead of hold on one second. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with my throat. They had released also an image of him when he was leaving or escaping the prison. He had geared up in what appeared to be, he looked like, law enforcement, and he just walked out. With over a week passing since Harden escaped the North Central Unit, we are releasing a possible updated headshot, which could reflect how he might look today. So this is the new image. I don't know if they have the old image on here. I haven't read this article yet, but I'll find one. Grant Harden images. Open a new tab. So this photo is what they had initially released when he escaped. This is what they believe he looks like now. To me, I get it. They're doing, composite, whatever, but I would never have known. I mean, someone may have saw him and said, oh no, that's not him. He's too thin, or he's, whatever. Just so different. Yeah. Why give us a composite instead of a screenshot from one of the hundreds of cameras in the jail? Yeah. Oh, really, Cheese? The prisons I was in only had cameras in the control room and the yard. Interesting. Oh my gosh, and I saw How to Train Your Dragon. I cannot wait until that comes out in the theaters. So it says the search for escaped inmate Grant Harden is ongoing as teams continue to focus their efforts in the north central Arkansas region while investigating tips as they are received. With over a week passing since Harden escaped the north central unit, we are releasing a possible updated headshot. The combined reward for information that leads to the capture of Grant Harden is $25,000, up to a $20,000 reward from the FBI, with an additional $5,000 from the U.S. Marshals. Anyone with information is asked to call 1-800-CALL-FBI or submit a tip online at tips.fbi.gov. Harden escaped from the North Central unit in Calico Rock on May 25th. Prison officials said he was seen on security video pushing a cart that carried wooden pallets while wearing a law enforcement-style uniform, apparently to evade the attention of guards. Well, it worked. Harden was briefly the police chief of Gateway, Arkansas in 2016. That year, one of his victims, City Water Department employee James Appleton, criticized Harden for encouraging police pursuits and handing taxpayers the allegedly increasing bill for police vehicle repairs. Cheryl Tillman, Appleton's sister and the current mayor of Gateway, said in the HBO documentary that her brother and Harden clashed over the issue in 2016. Harden resigned after 4 months, according to the documentary. On February 23, 2017, Harden fatally shot Appleton, according to a law enforcement affidavit filed in court, earning him a 30-year sentence after he pleaded guilty. When authorities ran Harden's DNA, they discovered it was a match for evidence in the 1997 on-campus essay of an elementary school teacher, for which he was eventually also convicted under a guilty plea and then sentenced to 50 years in prison. Prison officials said Tuesday that the search for Harden is focused on his native north central Arkansas region, where his parents still call the town of Garfield home. The combined reward for information... Okay, I already read that. Harden is white, stands 6 feet, 2 inches tall, weighs around 259 pounds, and has brown hair and blue eyes. Possible sightings and information about where he might be should be reported to the FBI. So, Grant Harden, let me go back up to what they believe he might look like now. What he might look like now. Yeah, I believe he's been there for 9 years, if I remember correctly. Let me see if I can find that. Well, when did it say? Oh, I just read it. He was found, he pled guilty in... Damn it. I just closed the article. No, I didn't. It's right here in front of my face. Let's see. Was it 2017? 2017. So, well, like 8 years. 8 to 9 years, give or take. All right, so we are going to change gears and move to... I have 3 animal stories for us. One of them is sad. But the reason I wanted to cover it is because I had done a short on the Happy Tailz cat rescue in Florida that had burnt down, and it started on the neighbor's property in a shed. They were able to get the majority of cats out. However, several had to be humanely euthanized because of smoke inhalation and other health issues related to the fire. The link to the Amazon wish list, which I have already bought several things from to send to this rescue, is in the description of this video. They also have a GoFundMe that I will share with you after we take a look at this video. And then we have 2 happy animal stories to close the live. One is about a kitten and one is about a zebra. All right, let's see. Oh, I said damn it. Oh, I didn't even realize it. Oopsies. Oops. Center, where's the nearest national park? Let's see. Well, there's a lot of state parks in Arkansas. So, let me open this in maps. Maybe I can see a little better. Take off the layers. And it was trying to see where Calico Rock is. Let's see. To Calico Rock. Oh, so there is an Ozark Folk Center State Park, but then okay, so it's just west of Cave City. I can show you all this in a second. Okay, so let me bring this up. All right, so back to Grant Harden. So the prison is about in this area right here. And where's 40? So this Interstate 40 is where allegedly there had been a sighting, but they found that it was unfounded. So, I mean, there's parks everywhere. And then, but I feel like if he was able to get to the interstate, he might not even be in Arkansas anymore. And where did they say his family lived? Let me see. Because I can look that up. No, I can't find it. Oh, Garfield, Arkansas. All right, so let's see. Garfield, Arkansas. Okay, so Garfield, Arkansas. That's way like right on the border. So his family lives up here. Actually, let's do Garfield, Arkansas to, what was the name of the prison? Like, my brain is not working. It wasn't working earlier. North Central Unit. Calico Rock. Oh, I wanted directions. Google. Okay, so it's about 3 hours from the prison to where his parents are. But someone had said he was close to I-40, like the alleged sighting. So, I mean, he could really be anywhere at this point. Oh, yeah, because that was the closest one, Lake Dardanelle State Park. Hey, Angie, thanks for being here. And anyone else I may have missed, thanks for being here. I did just go up and chat a little bit. See if I missed anyone. So this is in Lealman, Florida. And so we're just going to take a look at this. As I said, the Amazon wish list is linked in the description, as well as the GoFundMe. I will go over the GoFundMe after this clip.
An update tonight on a fire that burned down this local cat rescue. It happened in Lellman on Friday night. The shelter housed about 60 cats.
And just hours ago, fire crews confirmed a lithium-ion battery charger is to blame.
Tonight, 10 Tampa Bay's Miguel Octavio shares how volunteers are recovering.
What was a sanctuary turned into a burned-out shell Friday night. But Stacy Prevost,
so it is a mess, I do apologize,
is determined to revive this rescue aimed to help sick and injured cats.
These are our children. They're just a cat, but you know, their lives, their innocent lives, and if they had places to go, they wouldn't be here.
Happy Tailz Cat Rescue in Lellman sheltered about 60 cats. But Prevost says 14 died from the fire.
Fire is awful, but when you have a bunch of animals that rely on you, it's even worse.
Flies.
And one thing that I did read from there was another clip that I had used for my short video, and this rescue was special in that it took cats who were medically needy. They had chronic conditions. They had said there was one that only had, 2 legs. There were, elderly cats, sick cats. So it takes in my opinion, an even more special person to really help those who need it more so than healthy cats.
Warm spaces that help cats heal. The work volunteers put in are now remnants.
The refrigerator was full of like food, medicine, there was oxygen, there was like vial. You can see medication all over the floor. Like all of that's gone.
The rescue and a mobile home next door considered total losses.
Yep, lithium battery.
But days after the fire, Stacy says the work must continue.
It really hurts me. But I can't let that hold me back because there are so many more cats that still need our help.
She's hoping money raised can help surviving cats
and
allow volunteers to continue their mission.
Who's going to help those other cats? We've always helped so many, so we got to keep doing it.
In Lellman, Miguel Octavio, 10 Tampa Bay.
It is important to mention here that 2 people were taken to the hospital, including 1 firefighter. They are expected to be okay. If you'd like to help Happy Tailz Cat Rescue, we do have a link on ways to help on our website.
All right. And initially, the neighbors who lived next door had just left for wherever. They weren't there anymore. But there was someone living in the neighbor's shed, and they had initially thought it was faulty wiring because he or she, I assume male, the person had like cords and things all over the place. But turns out it was a lithium battery, which is there. It seems like every time you see something with like, there was one Inside Edition video I saw, the lithium battery was actually outside, but it exploded and the whole house went up in flames within seconds. So it seems like lithium batteries aren't necessarily as very good. All right, let me get down and chat here. It has to be really hot for the battery to ignite. Let's see. Let me see. Happy Tailz cat rescue. Okay, and here's how you can help. So actually, let me share this, and then we'll go to the GoFundMe. So it says, Animal Rescue gets support after devastating fire. Here's how you can help. A St. Pete Animal Rescue is grateful for community support after a devastating fire that killed 12 cats. And the owner of the rescue also lost her personal pets and her entire home because she was living in, what did they call it? Like a parental suite, something like that. So she is having to rebuild as well. What they're saying, she, the owner Britt, just does anything for these cats. They don't go without ever. She has gone to great lengths to save these cats that would have no other chance anywhere else, Harmony vet tech Alex Gita said. Happy Tailz was home to dozens of cats with various ailments. It really is devastating. She takes on hospice cases, cats that nobody wants, cats that have 2 broken legs, cats that have amputations, cancer. She's their last hope, and for this to happen to her is just terrible, Christy Bush, friend of the rescue, said. The backstory. On Friday night, the owner came home from work to flames coming from her neighbor's property, spreading to her home in Lealman. It's suspected that it started at the shed in the back and spread into the mother-in-law suite, I said parental suite, which is used in the rescue. As firefighters worked to extinguish the flames, Britt rushed into the home 8 times to save as many of the nearly 60 animals as she could. It was exhausting. She first tried to get them into carriers. Then she realized things were moving too quickly and she had to just throw them out into the yard. She was able to recontain them into her vehicle. The home is a total loss. Luckily, I can go home and go to bed. She doesn't have that luxury, Bush said. And here's the shed where it started. To make matters worse, Bush said Britt is battling lung cancer. How she is even functioning right now when most people, she should be resting. But that's how much she loves cats. A total of 47 animals were rescued, including 3 dogs. A dozen cats, 7 of which were her personal pets, either died in the fire or had to be humanely euthanized. Aw, look at the baby. Aw, sweet little babies. Aw. Poor little whiskeys were melted. The 47 animals were transported to vet hospitals and rescues. Gita said they worked into the late night to triage and treat the animals. A bunch of us came together Friday night to work on the cats, get them set up, and make sure they were okay. Rescuers hope the community can help out with the case. We need to get the word out about these cats to get adopted, and the ones that are injured, sick, need time to heal. We definitely need to get them into foster homes. Harmony Vet Care event launched a t-shirt with all proceeds going to Happy Tailz. To learn how you can help, click here. Okay, well, this article was supposed to be where I can help. Why didn't you tell me? Let's see. Okay, so it brings you to Facebook, which is, actually, let's go over here. So they have the limited edition shirt, as was just mentioned. You can also foster a kitty if you're in that area. Donate directly to the animal's medical care by calling any Harmony Vet Care location and giving any amount. Shop their Chewy wish list for supplies they urgently need. So I can actually drop this as well. Copy. Paste. Even if you can't buy a shirt or foster, a share makes all the difference. Let's show Britt and Happy Tailz how strong this community is. And then there's another link. And the Amazon link, I thought I still had it open, but I guess I don't. So that is in the description, though. And they did add a bunch of new things I noticed when I checked earlier today. Some of the things are like big price items, which, you know, hopefully a company or someone with a lot of funds can help them. But I had ordered like a couple of things of cat toys, cat food, litter, and heating discs that they use for, you know, kittens that can't regulate their own heat. Casita. Yeah, mother-in-law suite is called the Casita. So here is the GoFundMe, which I am very happy to see is much higher than it was the last time I checked. Right now they have a $30,000 goal, which I think is too low, but they have almost met their goal, so that's great. So let me put this in chat quick, and then we'll see if there's any updates. I can't imagine coming home to see this. I would do the same thing she did. I would run in there and try to save whoever I could. And just like, you know, she said she was trying to put them in carriers. Some of mine I can't catch because they're, you know, unsocial feral, and they're just living in my house. I would probably just leave a door open and hope they were able to run out. That's all I could do. So it says, on Friday, May 30th, my best friend Britt finished her shift at Harmony Vet Care and drove home where she was, then going to spend the rest of the night caring for 56 special needs and hospice kitties. But she came home to a rescuer's worst nightmare, her house up in flames. The fire department was called, and she went into action trying to pull as many from the fire as she could before they wouldn't let her go in anymore. Majority of the kitties were rushed to Epic Emergency Vet for treatment. The overflow were taken to VEG Clearwater. The stable ones then transferred to Harmony Vet Care. The cats have been so lucky to have received so much support, but now I am asking for help for Britt. She will never ask for help for herself. She needs help getting back on her feet. She has no place to live right now, no money to even make a down payment for something. She absolutely hates when people talk about this because she doesn't want pity, but she's also battling significant medical issues and has been for over half her life. All the medicine and supplies were destroyed in the fire as well. I can't get too into detail about things as it's not my place to tell, but if anyone knew even a quarter of the things this woman dealt with on a daily basis, you would be amazed. I mean, a little over a week after having major surgery, she's pulling cats from a fire and not even complaining. I'm pretty sure I would still be in bed. She's Superwoman. Her life revolves around the kitties. If there is anyone deserving of the community's help, it's Britt. She is always there to lend a hand to help someone. Now she needs our help. Jesus. It's terrible. Hey, Coco Pop, thanks for being here. I know, super sad. So, definitely, if you can donate, if you can't donate, share, because the more people that it can reach, the more people that can help. And sharing is caring, as they say. It may be cliche, but it's true. All right, so 2 more stories, and we're gonna wrap this up. So let's see, Casita. Lunatic said, Casita means little house, right? Like a smaller home, like a mother-in-law suite. I never knew it under any other name, mother-in-law suite. Though for me, that might be a nightmare. Yeah, I don't have that to worry about. Okay, so this one was, I saw this just before going live, and I was like, oh, I'm going to add this to my slideshow. This little kitty was in a pipe, and they had to coax her out. And thankfully, she is okay. She's feisty, but she's okay. So that's why I'm sharing it with you.
There was a unique rescue on Long Island where a kitten was trapped nearly 15 feet down a pipe. As Carolyn Gussoff reports, it took special skills and a lot of patience to lure it to safety.
She's now called Piper. What else would you name a 2-month-old feral
Piper? Oh my gosh, that's a great name, Piper.
Kitten who just emerged from 2 days stuck inside an underground pipe. Little but loud, those cries caught the attention of a Bayshore homeowner.
Quite honestly, I don't know how a little kitten like that made such a lot of noise. It was clearly asking for help.
Then Pamela Gallagher called for help. Fire and rescue crews pulled up the boards of her back deck and traced the sound 10 to 15 feet down inside a downspout. When the kitten wouldn't budge for an hour, in came John DeBacker of Long Island Cat and Kitten Solution, who used patience, precision, and some clever coaxing.
It was screaming when I got there. I played kitten meow sounds to try to lure it out to it, and it did work. It came right out to the meow sounds. They think.
Aw, and that's what we do when we're trapping. Usually we can get the kittens first because they're not as smart as their mom. So in order to get the mom, we either keep the kittens in the trap and then have a trap back up, like back to back. So she'll go in the trap trying to get to her kittens. Or you play kitten sounds or mom sounds, and that's how you can get kittens to go in the trap. And that's actually with the last ones that I had to trap. I would put my phone on top of the trap with mama meow sounds to try to get the kittens to go in there. Unfortunately, it didn't work, but it does work for many cats to play sounds. But look at that baby, so cute.
The siblings, their mother was calling them.
He asked everyone else for silence.
I just know that you can't make too much commotion trying to get a kitten. Sometimes they come in very loud.
Dr. Gallagher, a surgeon, knows a delicate operation when she sees one. DeBacker doesn't do this for money. It's a labor of love.
Superheroes come in all different sizes.
So that baby, I mean, that baby might be like maybe 8 to 10 weeks old. It's hard to tell. It looks bigger in this picture.
Sizes and shapes, and he had that kitten out in 20 minutes. The kitten seemed to fall in love with John the second that he got the kitten out.
She's now in the hands of Second Chance Rescue.
She will be fully vetted and she'll be up for adoption.
How soon?
I mean, as soon as midnight. We work quick.
You're safe now.
DeBacker's job isn't done. He plans to return to find the mother to have her spayed so that more feral kittens don't wander off into danger. In Bayshore, Long Island, Carolyn Gussoff, CBS News, New York.
Piper, that is rather appropriate.
So Second Chance Rescue, I feel like they are one of the rescues that helps, which makes sense. They are one of the rescues that can take cats on death row from the New York City Animal Control Centers. Rescue Long Island. Just want to see if I can find. Oh, they're actually out of New York City. Second Chance Rescue. All right, and I'll share their page as well, just in case anybody wants to go look at the the kitties. Oh, really, Lunatic? Yeah. The other thing is, well, this one mama cat I have now, she's really smart, and she will not go in the trap when it's time for her to go get spayed. So hopefully she'll be scheduled again once I'm done with school for the summer, so I can have more time to coax her. But we usually do catnip, a little bit of catnip on warmed up wet food, which is disgusting. Usually you can get cats in that way. Or if you really are trying to get the cat, I buy mackerel. Ugh, it's so disgusting. And if you kind of drop the mackerel juice, like lead it up to the trap, a little bit of catnip, and then you put mackerel, like little pieces of mackerel up to like the front of the trap, that can get them to go in faster too. But usually it's not hard to get feral cats because they're hungry, or stray cats are usually hungry too. Unless they come to my house, then they're fed all the time. All right, let's see. Okay, lunatic. So we have one last story, and that is about a zebra who escaped. Oh, hang on a second. I gotta redo this. It's crooked. Oy vey. All right, hold on a second. Let's see what's happening here. It is crooked. All right, I think I got it. There we go. That would have annoyed me. All right, so this was in Tennessee. Oh, maybe it's just the way the... No, it's still cut off. Hang on a second. What is happening here? What is happening? Why are you crooked? Oh, that's why. Okay. That's why it's moving the whole thing, not just the... Okay, I think I got it. No, it's... What the heck? All right, we're just going to watch it like this. It's just going to have to annoy me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Tonight, the search is on for this escaped zebra. Caught on camera in backyards, on sidewalks, even heading straight down this cul-de-sac just outside Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Well, I just can't believe that we were right next to a zebra like that.
Danielle Petrie was in the backseat of her parents' car on Saturday when she saw the roadside surprise, capturing the wild ride on her cell phone as the animal ran along.
And that zebra could really be anywhere at this point. And as of going live, the zebra is still on the loose.
Beside them. What were you thinking when you saw the zebra on the road?
We're in the country and we see lots of animals, never a zebra. It was just cutting through yards and running.
There's a tag on him too. Oh no!
The striped escapee then making a bold dash for the interstate.
Oh my
The
God.
Rutherford County Sheriff's Office briefly shutting down a portion of I-24 on Saturday and snapping this photo.
I am surprised that they still have not caught it. I mean, I imagine it would be a pretty hard thing to capture.
That rogue zebra, it turns out, is someone's pet. Its owner telling NBC affiliate WSMV he got the zebra from a breeder in Texas on Friday, just one day before it got loose.
Wow. So he had just gotten the zebra a day before it escaped. Whomever this person is, clearly you aren't ready to own a zebra because you didn't have it secure enough. And people breed zebras in the United States. How did I not know that? We're going to have to look that up after.
The sheriff's office says several groups and a canine unit are searching the area today. But with the trail going cold, some online are turning to AI, joking about where the zebra may have ended up. The city of Franklin, Tennessee, posting this generated image of the black and white animal in the back of a black and white patrol car. And businesses in the area are running with it too.
Hello, bombshell. Oh my gosh, zebra on a playground, construction. Oh my goodness.
Pretending to see the animal earning its stripes in construction and beauty. One hair salon writing, she came for the chaos, stayed for the curls. But Danielle says none of that compares to seeing the real thing.
To me, it was a really unique, just like a zebra, experience. You know, I wasn't trying to catch footage of a running, scared zebra. The zebra just happened to be outside my window. And yeah, I caught the footage. It was cool.
Kathy Park joins us tonight with this wild story. So, Kathy, the video is hysterical, but this is a serious question. Is it legal to own a zebra in Tennessee?
Yeah, Tom. So in the state of Tennessee, if you want to own a zebra as a pet, you're actually allowed to have one. It is legal. So zebras are listed as Class 3 wildlife and does not require a permit except those required by the Department of Agriculture. And other animals on that list, if you're wondering, they also include camels and giraffes, so you can have a whole zoo in your backyard if you wanted one. But going back to the zebras, according to the experts, these animals are unpredictable, hard to tame, and known to avoid captures. So that's probably why we haven't seen this Tennessee zebra since this past weekend. So the search continues, Tom.
All right, we're going to have to check if he makes it there onto Broadway or somewhere in Nashville. Maybe he's cutting a new country music record. Kathy, we thank you so much for that.
Okay, so that's interesting. So let's see. I'm going to look up laws about zebras. Oh, so now there's like a whole article about what Tennessee says you can and can't own. So it says zebras, kangaroos, giraffes. What Tennessee pet laws say residents can and can't own? A pet zebra remains on the loose in Middle Tennessee after breaking free May 31st from its Rutherford County home. Wait, that was Saturday. So it's been almost a week. It's been on the loose. Yes, a pet zebra has been spotted galloping along roadways in Middle Tennessee. A Rutherford County resident reported the animal broke free less than 24 hours after it was obtained and made its way down to Interstate 24. The zebra remained at large as of Monday afternoon, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office posted on social media. The agency noted that professional tracking groups are continuing to search for the animal, which has quickly become an internet sensation. While many questions continue to swirl around the zebra and the continued search for it, one looms large. Are they allowed as pets in Tennessee? Yes. So what's not allowed in Tennessee? Animals you can own in Tennessee. Non-poisonous reptiles and amphibians, except caimans and gavials. Rodents like gerbils, hamsters, guinea pigs, rats, mice, squirrels, and chipmunks. Rabbits, hares, moles, and shrews. Ferrets and chinchillas. Llamas, alpacas, guanacos. I don't know what guanacos is. Vicuñas, camels, giraffes, and bison. Semi-domestic hogs, sheep, and goats. Avian species like ostriches, cassowary, and North American game birds. Any fish held in an aquarium. Antelopes, marsupials like kangaroos. Domestic farm animals. Equidae like horses. Bobcat and other domestic cat hybrids. Fur-bearing mammals that include those native to Tennessee that are raised for the sale of fur. So does that mean you can own a capybara in Tennessee because they're like or not capybara. What was the one? What the heck was it called? No, I can't remember. I'll have to look back at my live. Animals you can't own in Tennessee. Primates like gorillas, orangutans, chimpanzees, gibbons, siamangs, mandrills, drills, baboons, gelada baboons, all species of wolves, all species of bears, any turtle measuring 4 inches or less due to possible salmonella contamination. Native turtle species are also prohibited. Lions, tigers, leopards, jaguars, cheetahs, cougars, all species of elephants, rhinoceroses, white-tailed deer and wild elk, African buffalo, hippopotamus, crocodiles and alligators, all venomous snakes, and all poisonous amphibians. So those are the ones that you cannot own in Tennessee. But I'm still stuck on the, like, you can own marsupials like kangaroos as pets. Bison? Well, I guess bison makes sense. They're, giraffes, camels. What is a vicunus? Let me look this up. Copy. I've never heard of that before. Aw, it's so cute. Let me open this. I'll show y'all. So it's kind of like an alpaca, but smaller. Hey, Monchichi. So that is a vicunus. Vicunus? It's cute. It's cute. All right. Yeah, right? Whatever's native to, I guess maybe because it's protected. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let me zoom up here a little bit. Lunatic says, I've always wanted a zebra. He would have plenty of room and company. Oh, Nanny, I'll be in that area this weekend. Maybe I'll see the zebra, so I'll take pics. Oh, and then Cheese, I did see you said, I just saw a show on why you can't have a zebra as a pet. Says they can't be domesticated, which makes sense. Texas has more tigers than the wild. Hey, Cocoa Pop. We had 2 pigs that escaped from abattoir. Is that how I'm pronouncing it right? Abattoir here in the UK, who were on the run for ages. They then became famous and earned the name the Tamworth 2. Oh my gosh, that is funny. Ugh, Gerda, the way they are killing our rhinos here in South Africa, they are almost extinct now. So Kruger National Park, though, that's protected, right? The rhinos there? Or do you have poachers that try to get into the park? Gosh, that, I can't remember exactly where, like, we stayed near the park. We weren't actually in the park, but I was able to go on 2 safaris when we went to South Africa. And the first night we saw all kinds of things. The second night, not so much, but the rhinos, we couldn't see them really well because they were in the water, but it makes me sad that so many animals are being, my last live, if you haven't checked out my last live, I had planned on talking about different stories, but I had started with the Capybara Cafe in St. Augustine, Florida, and it just kind of went into an animal type live stream, and we talked about Tasmanian devils, wombats, I'm trying to think, platypus, all kinds of animals. So definitely check that out if you like animals. It was really fun. Oh, or a slaughterhouse. Ugh. I know. And then even, on the interstate, you see the trucks and it's like, oh God. You know where those trucks are going. I don't know what place it is. I forget the name, but there's a wild walrus that all the neighbors love and give way to. It's so cute. Let me see. Walruses, they're so cute. They're so cute. Oh, okay, Gerda. They try to get in everywhere, but a lot of places have guards on them 24/7 on the farms. Hey, Coddle, what's going on? I had a supervisor from South Africa. I thought he was English. Well, the British ruled South Africa for a very long time. And apartheid is real. I mean, I went there in 1997. No, 98. January 98. And you could see the effects of apartheid. I mean, it was alive and well, as much as they say it does. It's no longer. Oh, yes, it is. Maybe it's gotten better since then, but I doubt it. She says, my first job was a wildlife rescue center in Aurora, San Benito County. We had some rare animals there, like a great horned owl and a rattlesnake. Oh, rural. Oh, really, Gerda? Some idiotic belief that their horns are medicinal for male, you know what? It's terrible. I hate to even think about it. It's so sad. All right, y'all. Well, that was, I know the beginning was sad, but the end, we had some kittens and a rogue zebra that, I mean, it's scary though, because where is the zebra going to find food? It's got to be somewhere. And I mean, it could have just kept on running. It could be anywhere by now. Yeah. All right. Well, I believe Center is going live at 5:30. So if I don't see you guys, or wait, maybe he made it not 5:30 because I had said probably I'd be my normal 2 hours. So I think he made it for 6 Eastern time, because I remember saying I'd have time to get some stuff done. So thanks for being here. I do appreciate it. Looks like we've got 14 people watching. So thanks for showing that I have more than 9 friends. I do appreciate it. So have a great rest of your night. And if I don't see y'all on these YouTube streets, I will see you on the flip side. Hey, Summer.
You have one shot on stage, what you got to play. Generic drops for days, still the people rage. Am I not insane? Can you stop and explain why these drops are so lame? Is money buying you fame? I'm fucking on, I'm killing it with this song. You haters can sing along or go back where you belong. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with giving up, moving on. Cause I took your girl to prom, she can't help but sing this song. comes on, till the lights go out, till my legs give out. Can't shut my mouth till the smoke clears out. And my high harass, I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse. Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out, till my legs give out. Can't shut my mouth till the smoke clears out. And my high harass, I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse. So on like a light switch, flirting back. There's nothing wrong with the way that she's working that. I just want that body bad. Come on baby, bring it back. I'm so gone, faded off a 30 rack. She's so on like a light switch, flirting back. There's nothing wrong with the way that she's working that. I just want that body bad. Come on baby, bring it back. I rap with a passion, yeah, I got it in me. I've been waiting quite a long time for y'all to hear me. It's about damn time you put some stock into me. You're either sponsoring me or fucking bothering me. And the fact is, we just practice on this madness. That is why your status is like a canvas. Chances our advancement is enhancing. And this new expansion's like a mansion. Comes off till the lights go out, till my legs give out. Can't shut my mouth till the smoke clears out. And my high harass, I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse. Till the roof comes off, till the lights go out, till my legs give out. Can't shut my mouth till the smoke clears out. And my high harass, I'ma rip this shit till my bones collapse.